You can come to the left a little bit. Passenger a little bit. There you go.
Keep it this way.
Keep it, yeah, keep passenger.
Straight now, straight.
You got the clearance, you got it. Ooh, just barely, it's okay. You're okay, you're okay, keep going.
Got it. Keep it coming, you're smushing in the dirt, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, do it just barely, come on.
Folks, so let's talk about what happened in that video there. So first of all, it was muddy as anything. My back left tire was in 6 inches of mud. I know that because it was up to my rim, and that's my sidewall height. It's about 6 inches if you do the math on it. All right. The other thing is there was a rock in front of the mud that piled up in front of the tires to make matters worse. Worse than that, there's a rock sticking out of what I'm climbing up, and my bash plate is hitting that rock. All right, my approach angle is about 40 degrees with the lift. My breakover is about 28. And both these climbs, this one and the one before it, the second climb and the one before it, these are like, 25 to 30 degree breakovers easy. And so this has to be between 30 and 40 degree climb. And worst case scenario, your back tires are in the mud. There's a rock in front of your back tires, and your bash plate's going to hit another rock if you pick up too much momentum. So I probably took it to, I don't know, 4,000 RPMs or so, not quite 6,000. Because if you do the math on this, if you look at the ratings on these axles, even RCV axles, if all of that force went to one axle, it would break it, even if it was an upgraded RCV axle. Because even though this is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, 171 times 56 is like 9,576 pounds of torque. And the Cherokee can send all of the power to the back, theoretically. That's what they say in their documentation. And if one of your back wheels is off the ground, guess what? 9,576 is all going to one wheel. And more than that if you have the V6, and even more than that if you have the turbo. You can break your axles even if you buy the best RCV axles on the market right now. And by the way, those aren't available for the rear. So anyway, when you're in low, know that you have enough force to break your axles if you get too much traction like that. And you'll see it on these videos all the time, so be careful. So that's why I always try to crawl first, and then I do a slight bump after that. And then after that, you go into send mode, but this was like a conserved send mode, like, 3,500, 4,000 RPMs. The other thing about this was I couldn't really get that much speed. You do the math on it, first gear and low, I can't even go like 9 miles an hour. It's like 8.5 miles an hour, okay? If I put it in snow mode, all right, it would have started in second gear, and it would have sent more of the power to the front, which would have been perfect for this, right? And then it would have spun the wheels twice as fast per RPM, because the gear ratio is about twice as high in second as it is in first. So to do this over again, and I might try this over again actually, I'm actually going to put it in snow mode and then gun it so that I've got more wheel speed, because it's going to start in second. So when you think about these modes, don't think about, is it snow? Think about, is this as slippery as snow? And this was. This wasn't really like a mud at the bottom. It was like a wet sand kind of thing on the tires. It was really bad. Because I'm bad. And so it's all about mu or coefficient of friction or all this nerdy stuff. So underneath all that software, I'm sure in these traction modes, it's just, some amount of mu, right? They're coefficient of friction based. So I think snow mode would have been good because I needed wheel speed more than anything. So anyway, you live and you learn. But that's what happened. It was like a doomsday scenario because these Cherokees, man, they just don't slide. I mean, mine doesn't. Not with my tires. And I don't even have mud tires. I've got Cooper AT3 4S and like